Hello everybody, and welcome back to The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. We have freed the 6 sages and collected the 6 medallions. We are faced with Ganondorf's castle. We will use the power of these sages and make our way to the fortress itself. Ganondorf, your evil has come to an end. Link, can you hear me? It's Rauru the Sage. We 6 will gather our power to create a bridge to the castle where Ganondorf dwells. The castle's keep, which is known as Ganon's Tower, is protected by 6 evil barriers. Bring down the 6 barriers and save Princess Zelda. So now, the 6 sages will use their power to create a bridge to bridge the gap between us and Ganon's Tower. Link tests the bridge, because it is made of light. It is a little hard to trust, but it seems solid enough. So let's go and defeat Ganondorf. Alright, inside Ganon's castle. First thing we see are a couple of BMOs, but we can just ignore them. They'll X-laser across us. And here we see the barrier. Okay, so the way that Ganon's castle works is there's this giant barrier to the place that we're trying to get to. It will hurt you if you touch it, so just make sure you don't do that. There is one room for each of the temples. They can be done in any order. I preferably like to do them in the order we did them originally, with the exception of the Shadow Temple room, considering this is the one where we get the Ganon's Tower dungeon item. Alright, so first off we see there's like no floor. But what item do we get in preparation for the Shadow Temple? Well, that would be the Eye of Truth. The Eye of Truth reveals there's still no floor. So what I'm going to do is I am going to get out my fire arrows as well as my hook shot and make my way over to that treasure chest over there and just have a peek at what's inside. Rupees, whatever, it's just a hook shot point. Now I'm going to fire a fire arrow over there and light that torch, or light up that green bubble that's in my way, whatever. And this will spawn some of these platforms that we saw in the Spirit Temple for a limited time. So be careful and hop across them. There's a like, but it's best to ignore it. So you can Erg. Okay, give me a sec. Alright, you know what? I should probably wait and show you what happens if you do get caught by the like and he slows you down. Instead of having to waste another fire arrow to go back, you can actually barely make that by using your hover boots. Likes. Yeah. Yeah, if you get your hover boots on, then you can just barely make that jump. Huh, I was able to make it before. Okay, another fire arrow for this one. I'm gonna waste all of my magic before long. Yeah, and these might be a good idea anyway. Just considering that it kind of cuts your jump. Okay? So now the Lens of Truth will show us there are extra paths here. You gotta be careful because this path is pretty narrow. You might want to have your hover boots because they do kind of save you if you fall off track a little bit. Get the Megaton Hammer and crush this button, opening the door. But that's not entirely what I want to do. There is another button on the other side which we'll put a treasure chest right here, and that treasure chest, I want the contents of it. There we go. how are we gonna get out of here? Don't you remember, silly viewer? You can use the hook shot on these wooden crates. Treasure chests, whatever. Alright, so we open this up, and we find the golden gauntlets. You can feel even more power coursing through your arms. Grab with A and lift stuff up. Okay, the golden gauntlets, the upgrade to the silver gauntlets. The item of Ganon's castle. This is the last level. So these things, they kind of needed to be awesome, and they are. Just wait till you see what we can do with these things. But before that, we need to attack the dark center of this curse. So we need what counters darkness? Light, of course. So we break out our light arrows and fire directly at the core of this curse, thus freeing the sage. And my arrow is stuck there. Impa. The shadow barrier is dispelled. Please, save the princess. So once you dispel each barrier, the sage of that temple will tell you this this temple's barrier has been dispelled, and then something correlating to the character themselves. Since that was Impa, she told us to save the princess. And each character has a little line like that, just to give them a little bit more personality. Not that they didn't have it before. I mean, these sages do have some pretty good personality. Rudo, Saria, of course. The Goron, whose name I forget. Rauru doesn't really have any personality. Naburu was kind of introduced last minute, so she didn't have a lot of personality. But, well, you know. And each of these mini temples might actually take up an entire episode, so I don't really know how long this will take me. I was assuming this would take me about 2 episodes, but I might be incorrect on that front. But anyways, you see that big, giant, black rock with the same symbol as the mirror shield? What is that symbol? I've never seen it in any other game. That's interesting. But yeah, we can now lift that. So we lift this up and toss it behind us. And then it just stays there. The one thing I like about those things, they are indestructible. I mean, it's just going to be there for the rest of the game. It's just there. There's no way to destroy those things. They can only be moved with the golden gauntlets. And we find ourselves in the final freaking fairy fountain. Fella. Anyways, but what could we possibly have now? We already have all 3 spells. We've got our full magic meter. What could possibly be given to us by this last great fairy? Well, it is possibly the best upgrade in the entire game. Welcome, Link. I am the Great Fairy of Courage. I'm going to enhance your defensive power. Receive it now. Your defensive power is enhanced. Your defensive power has been enhanced. Damage inflicted by enemies will be reduced by half. When battle has made you weary, please come back to see me. Okay, So, essentially, she just halved all of the damage that we will take. So, she pretty much just gave us double hearts. Because if something did 1 heart of damage, it'll do half a heart of damage. If something does half a heart, it'll do a quarter heart. If something does a quarter heart, I think we're just completely immune to it. So, yeah. We had 20 hearts, now we essentially have 40 hearts. Multiply that by the 3 fairies we have 120 hit points. Not even, because not everything does exactly 1 heart of damage. But we have 120 hearts by comparison. 160 if I get rid of that bug, which I don't know why I still have it. Why do I still have this stupid bug? Get rid of it. I thought I might need it. I don't know. I didn't look that far ahead. Oh well. Bugs, have fun on the Rainbow Bridge. Go play some Mario Kart. Okay, well, these mini temples are taking a lot longer than I expected. So, I'm considering the length of them, I might do 1 or 2 per episode. Considering there's 5 left, there's maybe 3 or 4 more episodes before we actually progress. So, in the next episode, we will tackle the Spirit Temple Barrier. I mean, the Forest Temple Barrier. The Spirit Temple, we're going to do last. We're going to do these in order. And just skip the Shadow Temple, because I already did that. Okay, so this is me, Thrasho2, saying, be cool, save often, and don't do anything I wouldn't.